The revelations just keep getting bigger and bigger. 923, if you've been keeping up with my videos, I've done all kinds of revelations about the date and the number 923, September 23rd, and more specifically, 2025. Well, I found something that is also very special about 923 and 2025 once again. And that is this is that if you take 923 and flip it backwards, 329, that would be, if it was a date, March 29th, 329, 923 backwards. Well, March 29th just happens to be the first day of the Hebrew year on the true Hebrew calendar, which is called Nisan 1. Now, the amazing thing about March 29th or 329, the first day on the Hebrew true calendar, Nisan 1, is that in years before, it does not land on March 29th, only in 2025, just like the Feast of Trumpets landing on 923 in 2025, making this matchup possible. This is incredible to me. Another incredible revelation about 923 or 329 actually, March 29th, is that is the 88th day of the year from January to March 29th. 88 is major symbolism. 88 is SS, which is two lightning bolts. Jesus said himself, I saw Satan fall like lightning.
I've discovered the significance of the number 8 and its connection to time. It's no coincidence that 8 is the number for this deja vu time loop that this man allegedly experienced. It's also no coincidence that an hourglass is shaped like an 8. 8 represents the construct of time. That's why 8 is another variation of the Ouroboros, the snake eating itself, which has everything to do with time. And this suspicious story, as I saw it, brought to mind the film Source Code, which features a plot about a deja vu time loop computer program called the Source Code, where a man's consciousness is sent back in time to relive the final 8 minutes, the last 8 minutes in someone else's body, attempting to create an alternate timeline of reality. So we have a time loop that is set to 8 minutes, the final 8 minutes of someone's existence. When you realize the occult significance of 8 and its relation to time, it all begins to make sense. Even some of the film's promo art featured an 8 as the hourglass, because this is exactly what the number 8 is. So, if 8 represents a reality, a construct of time, what happens when there are two 8s, double 8, 88? Well, we now have the convergence of two realities, two worlds colliding. When worlds collide, therefore, 88 represents a dimensional rip in space-time, the opening of a portal. This is, of course, why the Back to the Future DeLorean must go 88 in order to create the tear in the fabric. This is why in another 80s film called Buckaroo Banzai Across the 8th Dimension features a time travel vehicle called the HB-88. I stumbled upon an episode of the old TV series called Goosebumps, which is based on the extremely popular and controversial Goosebumps book series of children's fiction horror. And these books were shockingly popular, and I of course read them myself. As it turns out, if you do a little research on Goosebumps and its dark history, you'll realize why it was so popular. In the episode called The Cuckoo Clock of Doom, a child travels back in time by turning the head of the cuckoo backwards. In attempting to get back to his original timeline, he accidentally breaks the number 88 off the clock. This year represented the year his younger sister was born, therefore erasing her from existence. Again, you will always see the number 8 playing a critical role in anything relating to time or time travel. This is why in the time travel film Donnie Darko, it takes place in 1988.
Time's going backwards!
Imagination. I think we got a writer on our hands. That'd make a great science fiction story, son. Time going backwards.
Another example is the very esoteric film Cabin in the Woods, We see a scene where someone attempts to escape an enclosed prison matrix reality that has been created for them and have been forced to be trapped in order to be ritually sacrificed to ancient gods called the Ancient Ones. In the scene, he tries to escape by accelerating his bike to reach the other side of the cliff, but dies upon colliding with the outer hexagonal grid shell that keeps them trapped, and sparks fly. This is why the number predominantly featured on his bike is 88. We see the collision of 88.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious.
Donald J. Trump in English gematria is 888. The number 888 in the Strong's Concordance Hebrew definition is to be evil and bad. Now, the number 888 in the Greek in the Strong's Concordance is used as unprofitable, useless, and unworthy. Follow the numbers. Always follow the numbers. Another meaning to the number 8 is new beginnings. Remember, there were 8 people on Noah's Ark, and God flooded the earth, and there was a new beginning afterwards. Also, the number 8 means transcendence. This is partially where the word transhumanism comes from. And transcendence, transhumanism, it means to ascend higher. So transhumanism means to ascend higher than what it is to be human. 8, or 8 as the sign, as he said in the video, of infinity. It never ends, eternal. So those are also some views on the meaning of the number 8. 2025 is a big, big year. It is the year.